Hello and welcome back to a new airport update here from Philadelphia, where it is currently 35 minutes past noon and we have quite a lot of traffic leaving the airport at the moment. So with no further ado, let's jump straight into it and take a look at some of the many aircraft we have here at the airport today. And over at Terminal A, we have this Airbus A321 from Delta Airlines, which literally just pulled in a few minutes ago from Atlanta and now has until 1:15 in the afternoon for its return flight back to Atlanta. So while the Delta is just about to start offloading its cargo, we have an Airbus A319 from United Airlines, where we already are a little bit further with the offloading of passengers, cargo, and of course the luggage. And this aircraft is currently on the Houston rotation. It arrived 18 minutes past 12 and now has about 20 minutes before it will be heading back out to Houston again. Now let's quickly head over to our airport hotel, which of course is now known as the Bongo Inn. It does look quite busy over there, so that's good for business, I guess. Now in the last episodes I had of course asked you if you wanted to send me some logos that we could add to the hotel, and a few of you have been so lovely and kind to do just that, and it has been a really difficult choice to choose one of the logos which would then end up on this hotel. I have by now chosen one, but I wasn't able to put it on the hotel for this episode, but I promise you by next episode you will see the logo on the hotel. But I feel it's just fair to reveal which logo I chose, and I will therefore show it on the screen just now. So thank you to everyone who has sent in your logos. You are all fantastic, amazing and creative people, and I can only just say my most humble thanks for your contributions. Then we can head over to the extension of Terminal 1, where we also have some traffic. For example, this Airbus A320-200 from JetBlue, which today is flying on the Boston rotation. Now the deboarding preparations have finished up, and now the first luggage is arriving that will enter the aircraft, heading over to Boston in just under 20 minutes time. Next to that, we have the 737-700 from Southwest Airlines, which has just been pulled out of the ramp. It is now heading towards Orlando. It still has actually 5 minutes to run on, so that's good. It arrived earlier today, 11:45 from Denver. And that leads us then to the next aircraft here, the extension. That is this CRJ200 from Delta Airlines or Delta Connect. It is today flying on the Boston rotation and is scheduled to go out at 2 minutes past 1 in the afternoon. So now let us head over to our American Airlines and One World part of the airport over at Terminal B. Over here we have an Airbus A319 from American Airlines, which arrived earlier today from Providence and now has about 10 minutes until it has to leave for New Orleans. The aircraft is still boarding and luggage is also still being loaded, so they need to speed up a little bit if they want to leave on time. Then we have a 737-800 from American Airlines in the lovely Reno Heritage livery, which has just been pulled out of the ramp. It arrived earlier today from Charlotte and is now getting ready for its flight to Orlando. Then we have a bunch of American Eagle aircraft over here at the terminal, and the first one we look at here is this CRJ-700. Now, this aircraft arrived earlier today from Cleveland, has now about 5 minutes until it needs to push out of the ramp for its flight to Portland. The pushback truck is already at the aircraft, the last cargo is being loaded. The jet bridge should pull away any moment now. Being pushed out of the ramp right now is this CRJ-900 from American Eagle. Now, this aircraft arrived at 10 minutes to 12 from Nashville and is now going out to Louisville, so they will also be leaving on time today. In the next ramp, we have another CRJ-900 from American Eagle. Now, this aircraft arrived at 12 minutes past 12 from Detroit today and will now be heading out to Daytona at 1:15 in the afternoon. Then we have this ERJ-145 of American Eagle, where some last cargo is still being offloaded after its flight from Portland later in the afternoon at 4:45 in the afternoon. More specifically, this aircraft will be heading out to Stewart International Airport in New York up in Orange County. Over at the international side of Terminal B, we have this lovely Dreamliner from American Airlines, the Boeing 787-9. This aircraft arrived earlier this morning from Miami and is now being prepared for its flight to Amsterdam. It's scheduled to go out at 13:42. Is currently taking on some cargo for that flight. Next to the Dreamliner from American Airlines, we then have an Airbus A330-300 from Irish carrier Aer Lingus. This aircraft, of course, arrived earlier today from Dublin and is now being pushed out of the ramp as it is ready to go back to the capital of the Republic of Ireland. Still plenty of time has this Airbus A350-900 from Qatar Airways. It is still having just under 1 hour before it needs to push out of the ramp for its return flight to Doha. Now, we have plenty of operations here at the aircraft. Cargo is at the aircraft. Also catering, as we can see, is active right now. Then we have an arrival coming up, which will be going into the ramp of the Aer Lingus. This is the 777-300ER from Japan Airlines, which has just arrived from Tokyo Narita and will be heading back out to Tokyo Narita at about 12 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. And with that, let's head over to our international terminal here at the airport, Terminal C. Over here we have currently in the A380 ramp a very special visitor. Now, much like Qantas is doing their Project Sunrise, Air New Zealand is also doing a test flight from Auckland all the way to New York, but unfortunately due to bad weather the aircraft had to be diverted and is currently holding here in the ramp. But they don't have much time, because in just 50 minutes the Emirates A380 is scheduled to arrive here at the airport and will need the ramp. So either the aircraft will have to leave for New York until then, but that's unclear due to the bad weather, or they will have to push the aircraft over to a remote stand. Another rare visitor over here at Terminal C is this Airbus A330-200 from Hawaiian Airlines, which is only operating this route once weekly. The aircraft arrived 26 minutes past 11 in the morning from Honolulu and has now about 1 hour left until it has its pushback. Right now, the aircraft is being refueled and cargo is of course also being loaded, so they are working hard to get the aircraft off the ground on time. Next to the Hawaiian, we then have the 787-8 from Norwegian. Now, this aircraft arrived earlier today from London Gatwick. Right now, the aircraft is being prepared for its return flight to London Gatwick. They still have about 30 minutes time for that. Then over at our remote stands, we have this ERJ-145 of American Eagle. This aircraft is today flying between Philadelphia and Canada. More specifically, it arrived at 11 minutes past 12 from Montreal and is now being prepared for its next flight going to Quebec. Then we have this lovely Airbus A330-300 from Egypt Air. Now, this aircraft arrived from Cairo at 11:15 in the morning and is scheduled to go back out to Egypt at 5 minutes past 2 in the afternoon. Right now, a bus is pulling up with the crew as they are slowly preparing the aircraft for its return flight. Then we have another deviation, this Airbus A318 from British Airways coming from London City via Shannon, is normally flying between City and New York JFK, had to be diverted due to bad weather over New York and is now holding here at this remote stand. Still unknown when it can fly out to New York. Now, this is of course the prestigious route BA1, which used to be operated by no other than the Concorde. Right now, the aircraft is being refueled, so they could go out to New York at any time as soon as the weather clears up there. Heading out right now is this Boeing 787-9 on its way over to the runway. And now this aircraft arrived earlier this morning from Abu Dhabi, where it of course will be returning to, but with about 20 minutes delay. And lining up on runway 27 right now is this amazing Airbus A380 from Malaysia Airlines, ready to go for its return flight to Kuala Lumpur. Also, this aircraft is a little bit delayed with about 10 minutes, but managed to leave the ramp just in time for the Air New Zealand, of course, to pull in there. And that is all for this time here from Philadelphia. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to smack the like button. That really helps us out. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.
My mind's racing fast, trying to find the red flags I'm used to. All these green lights, are they coming too soon? Caught between red and the green and you. I'm stuck in the blue. Stuck in the blue. Stuck in the blue. I'm stuck in the blue.